Karen Williams. It's an honor to be here today. I just got to say the presence in this room is just so safe and awesome. I think we're kind of like all on the same frequency. We're talking about these frequencies, and I'm hearing all the speakers, and I can, I don't know, I feel like I fit right in.
Yeah.
It's a God thing, right? So thank you for inviting me. Thank you, Stephanie. And thank you for Michelle. It was your idea to start out with. So I'm Karen Williams, and I'm a second generation Brevard native. I was born at Woodstock Hospital back in the day.
Oh, wow.
I'm married to Skip. He's a rocket scientist. We don't have any children, but we do have a 16-year-old beagle, and she keeps us busy. I've been interested in natural health for a little over 30 years, and I've known Doc almost all that time, and Rochelle just about all that time too. And I first heard about essential oils almost 10 years ago from my friend Lisa, who's here today. And she told me about them, and Wendy, her friend Wendy, who's now my friend Wendy, was the one who introduced Lisa, so we just kind of keep this thing going. So Lisa told me about the essential oils, and I just knew that they were for me instinctively. I didn't know anything about them, but it just clicked. You know how sometimes you just know something, you don't know anything about it. And I ordered a small kit of the most popular essential oils, and they came in the mail like right as I was going out of town. And I thought, oh, this is great. I was so excited, but I didn't know how to use them. I took them with me anyway. And I had a book, but I'm a hands-on visual learner, and so reading the book about, it just wasn't working for me. But a God incidents or whatever, we were down in Vero Beach, and just try to find a restaurant open on a Sunday morning in Vero Beach. It's just not going to happen. And we ended up at a buffet, which is the kiss of death for me. And by the time I got home that night, I had a little touch of queasiness in my stomach, and I thought, oh my gosh, what do I do? I don't use Pepto-Bismol and any of that stuff anymore. I don't even have it in the house. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? I haven't had this feeling for so long. And then I remembered that one of the oil blends in the kit was called Digesta, and I said, well, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just going to pop a lid in. I just put a drop or two on my tummy and rubbed it around, and I fully did not expect anything to happen, but about 15, 20 minutes later, I was perfectly, back to normal again, and just was able to drift off and go to sleep. And I thought, wow, there is really something to this. Can it really be this simple? So I don't leave home without Digesta now. It's any kind of stomach discomfort, altitude sickness, motion sickness, any kind of gassy, anything I get like that, that's my go-to, and it's just so fast acting. So I would like to spend a few minutes talking about what essential oils are, 3 main ways to use them, and the importance of pure quality essential oils. It seems like essential oils are pretty much everywhere these days, and they kind of exploded onto the scene about a decade ago, and even Walmart is selling them. And is there anybody here who does not already have a habit of using essential oils, that doesn't know much about them? Oh yeah, there's a few people. Well, they're not a fad. There's a lot of important research being done. It's been done, and prestigious scientists who studies on the effects of essential oils are being posted in websites like PubMed.gov. You can put essential oils and just go see. I can't read I can't understand all the jargon, but I look at the conclusion a lot of the times for which essential oil that they're using. This has been going on for quite some time. It's a whole new frontier in the health profession, and it seems like the possibilities are endless. A Utah hospital discovered a reduction in seasonal blues, and I have to use terminology like that because essential oils don't cure any disease. And so they had a reduction in seasonal blues when diffusing bergamot essential oil in the hospital setting. They tried several different oils, but the bergamot essential oil boosted everybody's mood. And they have those long winters out there in Utah, so I thought that was interesting. And then you may have heard of Dr. William Davis. He's the cardiologist who wrote the Wheat Belly book about gluten-free issues. And I had never read that book, but I did pick up his new book called Super Gut. And in that book, he says that specific essential oils like cinnamon bark, clove, oregano, and peppermint are being shown to be effective in improving gut health. He does a lot with SIBO, different things like that. So I thought it was pretty interesting. And even dentists, like my dentist, they're diffusing essential oils in the office to keep people's anxiety level down. We get the same place, right? So, what are essential oils? They're extracted from plants, leaves, roots, seeds, trees, and resins. And on your handout, we're not going to go through this whole handout, don't worry. On the box on the front page in the middle, it explains about essential oils, that they're natural, safe, and effective. There's a picture of a peppermint leaf, and it's magnified on the right hand side, and it shows the little peppermint oil sacs that you can't see them with your eye, you have to have them magnified, that are extracted and distilled from plants and for various benefits. They're comprised of hundreds of different compounds, utilizing complex and versatile abilities to combat threats without building up resistance, and they're able to pass through the cell membrane. Need more coffee. And they work with the body to address issues and root causes on a cellular level, and they're affordable at pennies a dose. And so we are going to pass some peppermint around here in just a minute, but not quite yet, to give you an essential oil experience and a little pick me up for before we go to lunch. So a little bit of history about essential oils, and even though the extraction and the distillation process of essential oils is modernized, they go back to the days of ancient Egypt, and they're mentioned in the Bible. And that's a really quite interesting study, is looking at about the different oils, in their, I guess, more natural form or whatever, before we got to this point where we're distilling them throughout the Bible. And in Genesis, we read that on the third day, God created all seed-bearing plants and fruit trees. Exodus, we read God giving Moses the recipe for the holy incense to be used in the tabernacle. It contained resins and spices, and that included frankincense. Myrrh is mentioned in Esther, and Jesus was anointed with myrrh at his burial. Myrrh and cassia are both mentioned in Psalm 45, which just happened in my devotional this morning. Cedarwood is in 1 Kings, frankincense and myrrh, again in Matthew 2, as gifts to Jesus from the Magi, and sandalwood, which was called almug back in the day. This sounds pretty, huh? Almug. It was used in furnishing the temple, and I started thinking about all the cedar and the sandalwood, and I could just imagine the fragrance of that place. Oh, it just, I don't know. So to get the best results from using essential oils, purity is the key, and less is more. It seems like you would need a lot, but one drop will actually service every cell in your body within about 15 minutes. So less is more, and if you need to use more, you just use it, again, maybe half an hour or so later or whatever, but you use less more often, 1 or 2 drops at a time. So there's 3 main ways to use essential oils effectively. Aromatically, maybe we can pass the peppermint around if anybody wants to try that. We're going to show you how to do this, kind of a hand diffuser situation. Inhalation is the fastest way to affect mood. Since we're talking about emotions, it goes into the amygdala, which is the emotional seat of the brain, and it's located in the limbic system. And we're going to just put a drop or 2 in your hand, rub them together like this, and then just cup them over your nose, and just breathe it in. You should be feeling pretty good in a couple minutes. But don't touch your eyes with the peppermint. I can tell you all the things not to do with essential oils too, because that's School of Hard Knocks. Do not put oregano on your skin without a cure. We'll talk about that. I'm always a School of Hard Knocks. You can also buy an ultrasonic water diffuser. You've probably seen those in the stores. Those are quite nice too to have in your environment. Oh.
Can you buy some of these here? I've had another stand, and I put peppermint oil with water. Cool.
Right. You can't do that. We're going to talk about that later. So another use is topical, and they're going to just use 1 or 2 drops. One place that you can just put them is on the bottom of the soles of your feet. And they will get in, they'll come through your feet, and they will get into all your cells. It sounds really weird, but trust me, it does work. You can also put it on a specific area, like I rubbed that digestion on my tummy and it worked. And we have I have a reflexology chart back there. You can take a picture of it if you want to, but it shows you like on your feet or on your hands. And I think there's even ears, but those are kind of complicated. Places that you could put the oils that correspond with the body organ. It's, you know, it's some of the same things that we've been hearing about today. I have tried to get in the habit of diluting my essential oils when I put them on my skin because it's just safer to get in the habit of doing that. You don't have to do it with all of them, but like I said, with oregano or with cinnamon, something that they call it like a hot oil like that, if you get that onto your skin somewhere, it's going to start to burn a little bit. Do not put water on it. That is like throwing gas on the fire. I put some oregano, and I had some skin tags, and I didn't know, so I just put the oregano on the skin tags, and I was on fire, and I didn't know what to do. So, of course, I got a wash rag, I got ice packs, everything with it, and it was just like I was throwing gas on the fire. So if something like that happens, you just want to use a little coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil, lotion, something with a little bit of fat in it. It will take the sting right out. But yeah, be very careful. So as this lady was just saying, internal use is another option, and that can be done with some caution. Not all essential oils can be consumed internally. They should have a supplement fats label on the bottle. It's like a nutrition label, you know. That needs to be on there. If that's not on there, you don't even want to think about doing an internal, taking those in water or any kind of thing like that. You can get the veggie caps. You can put a drop or two in that. Again, I would add a little healthy fat, olive oil, something with that, coconut oil, whatever. You can throw it in a smoothie. You can throw it in a cup of coffee with heavy cream and like I have every morning. It's such a delight. Or peppermint and hot chocolate is wonderful as well. In recipes, I put it basil in my quiche. I used rosemary and thyme in my Thanksgiving stuffing this year, and I use wild orange and ginger in the stir fry. It's really yummy. So essential oils are very effective for dealing with emotions. I'm not a biochemist, and I've never played one on TV. But the effect of emotions on our physical bodies has been well proven, and we've heard a lot about this today. It's just amazing. Researchers have discovered emotions involve many different systems in the body: brain, sensory system, endocrine, hormonal, autonomic nervous system, immune system, and the release of neurotransmitters like dopamine in the brain. And they're beginning to also uncover evidence that various essential oils and the components can affect these systems. There are many kinds of naturally occurring chemical components in essential oils to accomplish many different outcomes in balancing mood. I'm just going to go through a few. Lavender, of course, is probably the most well-known, and it's the Swiss Army knife with a myriad of uses, and it's probably the most famous for relaxation, and it's great for children and elderly because it's so gentle. And citrus oils are very uplifting if you need to boost your mood, like the bergamot, that's a citrus oil. Those are really great for that. Rosemary really helps with trying to get your brain on. And adaptive, which is a blend of calming oils that we have back there, it helps boost mood, helps foster an effective work and study environment, and increases feelings of tranquility. And then the Shinrin Yoku, which is a mouthful. That's one of their newer oil blends that they just came out with, and it mimics the effects of forest bathing or grounding, and it is wonderful. It is really. We've got some. You can try all these oils out back here. It's very calming. It has a refreshing aroma, and there's a lot of. Every oil seems to have many uses, whether it's for your brain, whether it's physical, whether it's I don't know. You can use them for. It seems like just about everything. Essential oils are for men too. My husband uses essential oils every day as part of his daily routine. His two favorites are an immune boosting blend called On Guard, which is, you might have heard of like Thieves. It's that kind of a thing. And they got a whole product line with this kind of stuff, toothpaste and everything, but it is really nice. And the Deep Blue soothing oil for his muscles whenever, like on the weekend when he's doing all the home projects and overdoes it like he always does. Type A engineer, got to get every task done. Yeah, Deep Blue I use a Deep Blue a lot myself. It's really nice. Actually, the deep blue, it just makes me feel safe even when I smell it. Sometimes I just I feel like I need a hug, and I just get that deep blue oil out and it feels kind of like a hug. Has that effect. Inside the thing here, there's a whole bunch of other oils and some of their benefits. So I don't want to go through all of them, so you can look at those on whenever that's a good time for you. So there's a lot of uses for essential oils. And physical, emotional, immunity, family, pets, first aid, cooking, cleaning, and more. Essential oils work with your body's own natural ability to heal. If you've ever heard of Dr. Mark Hyman, he's been around for quite a while. He wrote a lot of books on health and things like that. One physician I used to see told me I needed to go read a book, so I did. I don't know anything about the book except for this one line because it just made so much sense to me. It was like, aha. He said that our bodies read food like a code. Yeah. And so I thought about it. No wonder we are sick when we eat, a steady diet of processed foods and things, because our bodies are designed to, what's the word?
Process.
Yeah. the things that the food the way that God made it, in other words. Yeah. And that's intelligent design, right? I mean, it's amazing. It makes sense that our bodies would also work well with solutions that are aligned with nature. And 1 Peter says that God has given us everything we need for life and godliness. Everything, So Wendy and Lisa and I will be in the back of the room, and we are more than happy to help you with any questions, let you try out essential oils. We have a therapeutic hand massage. It's called Aroma Touch. If you'd like to experience that, it doesn't take very long, maybe 5 minutes. On the break or at lunch or whenever. And also I have my own scanner. Now this is not as high tech as what you've been hearing about today, but this it is quite accurate, and you are welcome to have a complimentary scan. It just will tell you the top 3 oils that your body is requesting, and we will let you try those out. You can do your aroma touch with those, however you want to do it. And we use doTerro essential oils. They're the most tested and most trusted oils. They have stringent third-party testing, and they're actually the largest essential oil company in the world at this point, with over 10 million customers. 10 million. And they're doing a promo this month that you can get a free bottle of frankincense essential oil with a qualifying purchase, and 10% off of myrrh oil. Also, for this event, we have a link that will waive the $35 membership fee for a full year. It's a $35 value. It will give you 25% off anything that you buy through doTerro for a year. And we have links for that for you as well. All ordering is done online. We don't have a store. We don't have essential oils here with us for sale, but you're welcome to try anything we have. And I think that's just about it. So thank you for your time. I hope